Welcome to our channel. If you thought quarters were just pocket change, think again. We're sharing the stories behind some of the most valuable quarter-dollar coins that collectors are eager to find, and revealing what makes these small coins worth thousands. Let's get started. Picture this, a tiny piece of metal, no bigger than a coin in your pocket. But this isn't just any coin. It's a portal to history, a tribute to a woman whose daring spirit broke every barrier in her path. This is the 2023 USA $quarter honoring Bessie Coleman, a coin that's stirring up excitement in the collector world like no other. Bessie Coleman wasn't just a pilot. She was a trailblazer, a symbol of hope for millions. Born in 1892 in a small Texas town, Bessie grew up facing discrimination as a Black and Native American woman in an era when the skies seemed closed to her. But she refused to accept no for an answer. When no American flight school would admit her, she set her sights on France, a place where she could learn to fly. And fly she did, becoming the first Black woman and the first Native American woman to earn a pilot's license. Her courage and determination made her an icon, affectionately called Queen Bess. Imagine the world she lived in, a time when aviation was still in its infancy, when flying itself was considered dangerous and extraordinary. Against all odds, Bessie took to the skies with unmatched passion and skill. She performed daring aerial stunts, inspiring countless others, especially African Americans and women, to chase their dreams. Though her life was tragically cut short in 1926, her legacy took flight long after, carried by stories, books, and now, this very coin, the 2023 quarter honoring Bessie Coleman, is part of the American Women Quarters program, a brilliant initiative launched to celebrate women whose contributions have shaped America's story. This coin stands alongside others honoring remarkable women, but it holds a special place because it represents breaking not only gender barriers but racial ones too. On the reverse side, you'll see Bessie Coleman's confident face, her aviator goggles resting on her forehead, wind seeming to rush through her hair. Behind her, a vintage biplane soars upward, symbolizing her groundbreaking flights. Every detail, from the texture of her jacket to the curve of the plane's wings, was crafted with incredible care. It's as if the coin itself takes flight in your hand. Look closer, and you'll notice subtle details that deepen the story. The clouds behind the plane suggest freedom and limitless possibilities, while the lettering around the edge proudly spells out her name and the year of issue, grounding the coin in both history and the present moment. Flip the coin over, and the obverse greets you with the familiar face of George Washington, a steady reminder of America's roots. This juxtaposition of old and new, tradition and progress, adds a powerful layer to the coin's message, that honoring trailblazers like Bessie Coleman is part of the ongoing American journey. From a technical standpoint, the coin is made with the same copper-nickel-clad composition used for quarters for decades. This blend ensures durability while maintaining a classic silvery finish. The mint struck these quarters at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, meaning you might find the coin with different mint marks. Collectors often find these details fascinating since the mint of origin can impact rarity and desirability. Limited mintage numbers add to the coin's allure. While millions were produced to circulate widely, only a fraction remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, the holy grail for collectors. Even more elusive are proof versions, specially struck coins with a mirror-like finish and sharper details, made for collectors and sold in limited quantities. And here's where things get really interesting. Sometimes coins come with minting errors or unique variations, slight imperfections that make each piece truly one of a kind. These could be double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual finishes. While these errors might seem like mistakes, for collectors, they're prized treasures that can significantly increase a coin's rarity and potential value. Collectors pay close attention to the coin's grade, a standard measure of condition ranging from circulated, where wear is evident, to mint state, where the coin looks as if it just left the mint. Grading is a meticulous process carried out by professional services, and higher grades generally mean higher value. If you ever come across a Bessie Coleman quarter, or if you already have one tucked away, consider getting it professionally graded. The difference between a coin graded MS-65, mint state, very high quality, and one graded lower can be huge when it comes to market demand. But beyond the technical details and collector chatter, this coin carries something even more valuable, a story that resonates deeply. It's about breaking barriers, about flying higher than anyone thought possible, and about honoring those who paved the way. This quarter is a symbol, a reminder that history is alive, held in the palm of your hand. So here's a piece of advice that's worth more than face value. If you find a 2023 Bessie Coleman Quarter, hold on to it. Don't spend it or toss it into your loose change. Check it carefully, maybe even get it appraised by an expert. Because this quarter isn't just currency, it could be a rare collectible, worthy of much more than its face value. Depending on factors like condition, mint origin, and any unique minting quirks, it might be worth thousands of dollars or more. Coins like these remind us why collecting is so thrilling. Every piece has a story, every detail matters, and sometimes, the smallest things carry the biggest history. The next rare Washington quarter might surprise you. It's a coin that, at first glance, looks like any other quarter, the same familiar face of George Washington, the same size, the same weight. But hidden beneath its surface is a story of rarity, craftsmanship, and collector fascination that makes this coin one of the most sought-after pieces in the numismatic world. This coin is the 1997 USA quarter dollar struck at the Denver Mint, often simply called the 1997 D quarter. It's a piece of American history minted in a year that might seem ordinary, but for collectors, it holds extraordinary significance. What makes this quarter so special? It's a combination of factors: the minting process, the subtle details on the coin, and the limited number of flawless examples that have survived time. Every coin carries tiny nuances, but some quarters from this year and mint have become legendary for their near-perfect strike and the exceptional quality that sets them apart. Back in 1997, the United States Mint was producing billions of quarters every year. The sheer volume means many coins were intended for daily use and circulation. Yet, among those millions, only a small fraction was struck with the precision and care that collectors prize most. These coins were often part of special uncirculated sets or carefully preserved from the moment they left the mint. The design itself remains a classic: Washington's profile on the front, his gaze steady and resolute, symbolizing the strength and continuity of the nation. John Flanagan's timeless portrait has been on the quarter since 1932, a design so enduring it connects generations. On the reverse, the American eagle spreads its wings wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a powerful symbol of defense and peace, but it's the state of preservation that truly elevates the 1997 D quarter's status. Coins that show no sign of wear, that gleam with the original mint luster, and that display razor-sharp details in the lettering and imagery are the ones that collectors clamor for. Such coins are often graded at the highest levels by professional grading companies, a process that certifies their condition and authenticity. The grading scale ranges from poor to mint state, and the most valuable coins are those rated MS 65 or higher. At these levels, the coin retains a near-perfect surface with only minor imperfections invisible to the casual eye. Collectors prize these coins because they represent the coin as it was meant to be seen, fresh from the mint and untouched by time. Another fascinating aspect that fuels the rarity is the existence of minting errors or varieties. Sometimes, a tiny flaw during production, like a doubled die or a misplaced mint mark, can turn an otherwise ordinary quarter into a numismatic treasure. These quirks, though accidental, become the hallmark of rarity, making certain 1997 D quarters far more valuable than their face value. For example, a double die error causes the design elements, such as letters or numbers, to appear doubled, creating a distinctive and sought-after look. Off-center strikes can show parts of the coin's design missing or overlapping onto the edge, a misstep that collectors often prize. Misplaced or absent mint marks are another rare variation, sometimes resulting in coins that are highly collectible and valuable. Collectors also look closely at the die state, which refers to the condition of the tools used to strike the coins. Early die state coins tend to have crisper details, while later strikes may show signs of die wear, subtly affecting the coin's appearance and value. The 1997 D quarter is a perfect example of how these small details matter. When paired with the rarity of high-grade, error, or special minting conditions, the coin transforms from a simple piece of currency into a prized collector's gem. Over the years, the value of these rare specimens has surged dramatically. What started as a simple 25-cent coin has evolved into a collectible worth thousands, capturing the attention of investors and hobbyists alike. Today, the top-tier examples of the 1997 Denver Mint quarter have reached astonishing prices, with some coins valued at around $53,000. This incredible leap in value isn't just about the coin itself. It's about the history it carries, the precision of its design, and the rarity that makes it a gem in any collection. For those who want to dive deeper into collecting, the 1997 D quarter offers a fascinating case study. It demonstrates how condition, mint mark, minting errors, and even the story behind the coin combine to create value. It's a perfect reminder that collecting coins is not just about accumulation but about understanding the stories and characteristics that make each coin unique. If you ever come across a 1997 D quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Don't be quick to spend or discard it as just another coin. There's a chance that it could be one of these rare treasures, and that alone makes it worth holding onto and getting professionally assessed. Remember, the most unassuming items can sometimes hold the greatest surprises. The 1997 Denver quarter is proof that even a small coin can carry a big story, one of rarity, history, and incredible value. Keep your eyes open, your collection sharp, and your curiosity alive. Because you never know when the next rare coin might be hiding right in your pocket. Moving on to the last and most valuable quarter dollar we're covering today, the 1983 USA quarter dollar from the Denver Mint. At first glance, this might seem like just an ordinary quarter, something you might find loose in your pocket or in a jar at home. But this coin holds a special place in the world of coin collecting and has quietly become one of the most sought-after and valuable quarters around. The 1983 quarter features the well-known portrait of George Washington on the front, a design that has been a constant on the quarter since 1932. This particular portrait was created by sculptor John Flanagan and has become one of the most recognizable faces on U.S. currency. On the back, you'll find the classic eagle design, a powerful symbol of strength and freedom, with its wings outstretched and clutching arrows and olive branches. This design perfectly captures the spirit of America. Now, while the design itself is familiar, what makes the 1983 Denver quarter so remarkable isn't just the artwork, it's the story behind its production and preservation. In 1983, the United States Mint produced billions of quarters across its various facilities. The Denver Mint alone struck hundreds of millions of these coins. Most of these quarters were intended for everyday use, quickly entering circulation and exchanging hands across the country. Because of this heavy circulation, the majority of 1983 Denver quarters show some wear and tear, scratches, or dulling from years of use, but here's where things get interesting. A very small percentage of these coins were never circulated. They were either set aside, forgotten in collections, or preserved in pristine condition. These mint state quarters have surfaces so sharp and details so clear, it's like they were just struck yesterday. The edges are crisp, the shine is bright, and even the tiniest details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers stand out perfectly. Collectors highly prize these mint state coins because they are so rare. Finding a 1983 Denver quarter in such flawless condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. What adds another layer of excitement for collectors are the minting anomalies that sometimes appear. The 1983 D quarter is known for a few key types of errors. For instance, some coins exhibit double die effects, where certain design elements like the date or letters appear to have a slight shadow or doubling. Others might have off-center strikes, where the coin's image is shifted from the center, making part of the design look incomplete. There are even variations in the placement and size of the mint mark D itself. These errors and variations aren't mistakes to avoid, they're treasures to seek. They tell stories about the minting process, how machines and dies sometimes shifted or wore down, and how these quirks created one-of-a-kind coins. As a result, the combination of rarity, condition, and unique minting characteristics has made the 1983 Denver quarter highly desirable in the collecting community. Over the years, interest has grown steadily. Collectors and investors recognize this quarter as more than just pocket change. It's a piece of history, a rare find, and an impressive investment. So how valuable is it? While the face value of the coin remains 25 cents, high-grade examples, especially those with mint errors or exceptional condition, have sold for prices approaching $79,000. That's right, $79,000 for a coin that once could buy just a simple purchase. If you're wondering whether you might have a 1983 Denver quarter that's worth more than its face value, here are some things to look for. Check the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for sharpness in the details, like the lines in Washington's hair or the feathers on the eagle's wings. Notice the placement of the mint mark. Does it look unusually large or small? Is there any doubling in the numbers or letters? These clues can indicate a rare variant. If something looks unusual or the coin appears to be in exceptional condition, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This process can verify authenticity, condition, and help determine its true market value. What makes coin collecting so fascinating is this very idea: ordinary coins turning into extraordinary treasures. Coins like the 1983 Denver quarter connect us to a time in history, to the people who made and used them, and to the craftsmanship behind their creation. They show us how careful preservation and a little bit of luck can turn everyday objects into prized collectibles. This quarter is a great example of how patience and attention to detail pay off. If you keep your eyes open, you might just find a valuable piece in your own change. Remember, not every coin looks valuable at first, but with a little knowledge, you could be sitting on a treasure. That brings us to the end of today's video, where we've explored some of the rarest and most valuable Washington quarters. If you enjoyed diving into these stories and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and tips for collectors, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your coins closely before spending them. Sometimes, the next big find is right in your hands.